Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today is a different type of video. This one is actually probably going to be, you know, a very unique video that I've only done like once. I mean, yeah, literally my first time. What I'm doing, what I'm asking is practically, I want your guys' opinion on stuff, right? What do you guys want to see more on this channel? Because I love covering meme coins, and there's so many meme coins that I want to cover. There's so many cryptos I want to cover in general, and I'm not always the most consistent with uploading. Sometimes I upload three times a day. Sometimes depending on the context, if I was on vacation or sick or something, I'll upload like once or twice. Generally it's three, but I've been trying to upload 5 a day because I'm trying to reach out to more audiences. I'm trying to cover more coins, but there's only one of me at the end of the day, and there's only so much I could really post in a single day before it also gets too cluttered where it's too much, right? Like like 7, 9, 10, 8 videos, that's too much. I think like 5 is like the perfect sweet spot, maybe 6, but we're gonna be aiming for 5 videos a day. But the question is, what do you guys want to see? I know some people do like tier list videos, right? We were doing the whole crypto YouTuber thing a while ago. Then vacation happened. Then, I just kind of stopped doing it. Haven't gone back into doing the research. I know you guys want me to cover certain meme coins, right? But the question is like, what community is also the loudest, right? Because I can be covering a coin, but let's be honest, if it gets like 50, 100, 200 views, that's fairly low. That means people don't really care about that coin. It doesn't make sense to use 1 out of the 5 slots on that type of coin. So I really want to know, like, which community do you think is the loudest, right? Which one do you think is going to be engaging the most, right? Like, obviously, clearly something like Turbo. Yeah, like I upload Turbo practically every single day. I've maybe missed like what 1, 2, or 3 days of Turbo consistent uploads over the last year, right? So that's obviously going to stay. Like that is obviously not going to change. But the question is like, do we upload more Toshi, right? I know people like the Z-Bag videos, so I've been doing those practically every other day. Xian is also up there. I've seen some people say Jasmine, but for meme coins, I'm not too sure. I've dabbled here and there with some new ones. uh you know Maybe there's also a bonk community, maybe there's a huge whiff community, a pepe, a doge, a sheep, right? I'm not too sure, right? I'm not too sure. Luckily, with the 5 videos that I have, I could always be kind of using 1 or 2 to back test, right? Like, is this going to reach out to people? Is this going to can my audience relate to this video? Are they going to watch? Are they going to click it? Is this video going to get views? Because like I said, if it's low views, low likes, low comments, that just means it's an indicator that says, hey, right, your audience doesn't care. It doesn't really go out into like the YouTube algorithm. Clearly, no one really cares. So yeah, I need some help. I need some help. And we could cover from like anything, right? Sometimes I do like Bitcoin in general updates. Those do fairly decent on average, right? We do Caspa to ICP consistently. But yeah, guys, I don't know. There's a lot of coins to be covering. Like even right now, the top 100. The Pump Fund coin came out. But that's probably gonna be short-lived, generally speaking. We could try start doing Fart coin. We could do the SPX. What is this? 69,000 or 6,900, right? We could start doing this one. We could do Pengu. Like I wasn't personally the biggest fan of Pengu, but if there's an audience to be tapped into, if that's something people want, then we could obviously try that. We could do other coins maybe that are more fundamental, like XDC, render, maybe H bar. Usually when I upload like an XRP video, it doesn't really do that well. I know there's a big audience to tap into, but clearly, my subscribers, that the way the algorithm's been going for me, clearly you guys don't care too much about it, right? I've done Peanut before. No one has really cared about it, right? So it's hard for me to say, right? It is really, really hard for me to say. And that's why this is a different type of video. This is more like, you just listening to me and then just giving me advice, some criticism, whatever you want, right? We can see, right? Oh, wait. Oh, I thought Turbo made the top 100. I was like, there's no way. But we're actually in the top 100 to 200 right now. So yeah, this is a different type of video. Like this is generally a different type of video. Of course, even if we go, let's just say to my channel, right? If we go to view your channel, we go to videos, right? We can see obviously Turbo people love. Caspa does fairly decent. ICP does fairly decent. ZBEC does fairly decent. Jasmine did fairly good too, right? We talked about a different coin. It got also 500 views, so that's fairly good. We did news. News was kind of underwhelming, but maybe, right? Maybe you guys will want to see news consistently. Maybe if we did news for a whole month, maybe we'd tap into a whole new audience, right? ICP doing good. XCN does fairly solid too, right? General videos do fairly solid and decent too, right? CDog didn't do that well, but it's also a much smaller community, so it makes sense. We talked about, Blaze Rug Pull, so it's a different type of video, right? We can see we have been uploading, coins, the same ones fairly consistently, and they've been doing fairly good for the most part, right? People overall are interested. But like I said, we are looking to be expanding. We are looking to be tapping in. Right now until, I don't know, let's just say the next few months are going to be the most crazy, crucial months, right? They're going to be crazy, crucial months. So I really want to get these videos down right and proper, right? Right and proper. Talking about, the coins that can impact the most amount of people, right? Obviously, you guys can always join the private community. We talk a lot about other coins there, and we are going to be calling out a lot of coins, and we're looking to be hitting some very big winners. We already have in the last couple of months, we already have hit a couple big winners, but right now I'm going full out, all aggressive, all out, because this is it. For me, this is the confirmation we broke out of a zone, right? I believe altcoins, meme coins, and everything will be seeing the good, consistent pump over the next few months. And then obviously the big grand finale that lasts roughly 2 months, let's just say. But yeah, look, mainly it's been the same type of coins, right? Obviously, there was some news. This was, a little bit different because it was war, right? We talked about, like I said, ZBEC, Turbo, XCN consistently, Ondo. Sometimes the Ondo videos do good. Like XRP only 280, right? So clearly people don't care too much. And yeah, let me know. Toshi does pretty solid to good most of the times too. But is there anything else you guys are thinking? Pepe, Bonk, Sheep, Doge. I mean, I don't know. There's like a billion coins. There's a billion coins. There's only one of me. We're gonna be doing 5 videos a day. We could try out and tap into some communities, right? Do you know any other YouTubers that cover a coin that does fairly good consistently that you think that I could add value to, right? Because I know there's a lot of YouTubers that cover coins, but do a lot of them do in-depth analysis, right? In-depth technical analysis, right? That's the reason why I started my channel in the first place, was because I felt like there was a lack of good, consistent analysis that never really went in depth. Anyone can just draw a few boxes and rectangles on your screen, but do they have meaning? Do they have purpose? What is the context of them, right? That was the whole point of this channel. The whole point of this channel was to elevate the whole crypto YouTube game. It was to bring consistency and awareness. Am I always perfect? No, because at the end of the day, I'm a human. I sometimes read things wrong. But you can see from a lot of my videos, I'm very, very consistent. And sometimes I'm on such a hot run that I won't be wrong for weeks about a coin. For weeks, because I'll just simply update you on what I see. Zero confirmation, oh, it's going to go down. Zero confirmation is going to go up, right? Oh, this is a high probability of fake out. This is a high probability of this, right? There's a reason why for like ZBEC, we practically called out the bottom and we sold practically near the top, right? It was only like a 10% difference or something, right? If I actually want to get really technical, right? Look, where was it? If I want to get really, really technical, where was it? Right? It was literally like somewhere right over here, right over here, like this. Okay, so I think it was actually a little bit lower. I'm going to be fair, it was a little bit lower. So like what? Okay, 14% difference. It doesn't matter, right? We practically called the reversals and we practically got in somewhere actually a little bit lower technically, like this, right? We got in at the last relevant bottoms and practically sold at the last relevant tops. That's very, very good. That's great, right? So, I want to be helping people. I want people to understand why their coins are going to be going up. I want to help people understand why their coins are going to be going down. But there's just, sometimes I just run out of ideas. Sometimes I just run out of ideas and I don't know who to branch out to. The reality is I could actually just be chilling right now and probably continue doing the same type of coins. Maybe reach out to certain other meme coins, do those, maybe certain other utility coins, right? I could always dabble. But, I really want to connect with my audience. That is the whole point of this video. right? And we'll be seeing, right? I know some people want more Jerry coins, and we will be providing those. We really will. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is ultimately it. Let me know what you guys want. Of course, if you want next level meme coin callouts or portfolio review or anything like that, access to private information, consistent use, make sure to join the private community. Now, in the next few months, are going to be the most crucial ever. So that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Help me out. Talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.